Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Fong. Thinking right out here in the lab. And I spent a lot of time in this lab. I got a concept. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna see how this goes over. Let's go. Rightisms. 24 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. It's about to get gooder, as my pastors say. Let's go. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question. I'm sorry about that. I feel like I'm in a third world country. My light, I got a short somewhere. They keep going off and on. So when they go off, I'm going to put on pause and continue. But I don't know if I was at. Oh, man, I just lost my spot. But, I think so. No, that's okay. Okay, excuse me. But I'm here to get you to know thyself. I hate this. Brain freeze. But the point is, it's rhetorical. If you're not answering yourself, tune in. I got you. All right, let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, so you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and two. Be true. Right thinkers. What do you think about this? Right thing. Let's talk about yoga. Do you know what the acronym for yoga stands for? Your own God advisor. When you get this, connected with this, you get in the best advice. You're getting what they call the butter from the duck. That's the source. Okay, let's talk about it. It's a concept I came up with. So I just did the Yoda thing. So wait a minute. Y-O is always your own. Okay, that's self. God advisor. Okay. Decision advisor, however you want to put it. It's a good concept. Let's see if I can make it work for you. See if I can break it down and get understanding. I came up with this concept, the acronym for the word yoga. Okay, your own God advisor. Makes sense to me. Okay, why? Because when knowing thyself is what? Knowing the God that you've been advised by. How? Daily meditating and becoming what? One with him, and let your conscience be your God. God is all conscious. Spirit and conscious is what God is. When you become aware of that fact, now you're conscious. Now you're enlightened. Well, you know who you are. And all my lessons is to get you to do just that. That's it. Moving on. And that's important. If you're playing this game of life, knowing thyself comes in handy when at Judgment Day. I got that lesson coming up for you too. All right, but let's go. Having a God advisor or being aware of your higher self, God, will put you in a better position to be a better you. That means if you're married, a better husband, better father, better friend, better brother, uncle, whatever. But just be better. That's the whole goal for my right thinking philosophy. If you follow it, the goal is just be your best self. That's it. And when you're doing that, self, that's you. Thyself is what you want to know. What? That's the higher you. It's a word play on words, okay? But it's been there all the time, right in your face. Thyself is what your God advisor, your higher self in life. And if you become awakened, aka Christ conscious, God conscious, know thyself, nihas, you now are being what? Advised by your higher self. Certain things I'm just not going to do. Why? I was led by my lower nature, my lower self, my ego self. You know about him? Let me tell you about it. When I practice the philosophy we call Maya. Maya is my goddess advisor. Why? I live Maya. I love Maya. I practice and I am Maya. Why? I keep balancing my life. I stay straightforward, and I'm gonna do what's right in any situation that I'm involved in. I'm not gonna lower my standards to be a certain way or act a certain way. Nope. That's discipline. Watch this. God is your own true self-advisor. You just have to communicate and get in touch with him by what? Meditating. Not praying. Praying don't get you to God. No. Good deeds, righteous integrity living, virtuous living, doing things for others, extending yourself, and he'll recognize that. He could care less what you call it. He could care less who you're doing it for. The fact that you're doing it, that's what he recognizes. And your ego is your advisor of what? Ignorance. When you living for material things, selfish pleasures, money, and that's the ego. That's the devil. The devil don't exist. You create him by being him. Well, you got a choice. You make the devil, you be like God. A lot of us choose the devil. I started out that way. He did it the whole time. That's Darth Vader. I'm Luke Skywalker. Why? I got the light. I went toward the light. Why? I ain't get that. I didn't like the dark. Moving on conceptually. All right. Doing bad things, then that just wasn't my thing. Moving on. But that's what the dark side is all about. Using people, manipulating people for your selfish gains. You got a bunch of people still doing it. It ain't changed. They just disguise it. Moving on. Your goal is to what? Learn about who? God. But we already know the devil. Why? That's the ego. And the acronym for ego is what? Edging God out. Egoistic people don't give a damn about God. Trust me, that's what it means. And anybody you know who are egotistical, they ain't religious. But you got some people who know how to hide behind religion and put their ego and let the religion do its thing, and they could just do their thing and have their way. A bunch of them going on too. But don't worry about what somebody doing or ain't doing. God take care of that. That's karma. Don't worry about that. You got to worry about your own karma. And what you do and how you act will be dealt with accordingly. Again, stop judging people. Period. When you learn about God and you become one with God, the goal is to do that what? Before death. You got to accumulate that information. You got to put in that work, or you'll be back to do it again. Simple as that. It's like school. This is a class. Physical being, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. Why are we having a human experience? To get the spirit back to matter. We fell from spirit to matter. You can ascend from matter to spirit by what? Becoming enlightened. The body stayed here. Spirit want to go home. If it's not enlightened, it can't go home. That's the concept. Moving on. All right. But again, my advisor is a female. I'm not a male chauvinist. I'm not beat for that nonsense. I know what it is. And reason why I practice Maya, because she teaches you a philosophy and some principles that can govern you, that help you what? Master oneself. So when Judgment Day come up, you'll be able to pass that test of Maya in life. Because if your heart ain't where it need to be, you'll be back. Moving on. That's the name of this game while you're here. My higher self keeps me what? Balanced. That's Maya. Right from wrong. Okay, pro, con, good, bad, whatever. But I keep that in my decision making. I'm God conscious. Maya is my goddess. So every decision I make, I heard my pastor use a perfect example. Wherever I go, before I make a decision, I talk to God. I do the same thing. I don't put it that way, but that's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I got the lesson from that aspect. I understood exactly what he meant. Okay? But when you have balance in your life, that means all your decision makings will be better for you that you make for yourself in your life. Ignorance is hard to make good decisions. Egoistic people never make good decisions. Only decision they make good, they figure out and when they benefit. Other than that, they're never gonna make a good decision for somebody else's benefit. No. Moving on. That's an individual choice. They are that way. If you know somebody's egotistic, don't expect them to change. Deal with them for who they are, or don't deal with them at all. That's your choice. But complaining about somebody, that's a waste of time. I'm tired of hearing, man, I don't care. Sorry. person. If it's not divine, aka right, that's it, right, good, that's it, righteous. I do good things now. To think back to, oh yeah. See, can't even envision that. That's another story. But I'm not doing it. If it's not right, divine, I'm not doing it. So say what? My yoga, what? My own goddess advisors say, negativity, we don't do. Okay, bad things, we don't entertain. Why? It's a moral and ethical code that you live by that sets the standard that's integral, that you can stand up and feel upright about your actions in life. Because at Judgment Day, that's what's going to be. Moving on. You got to trust me. Find out for yourself. Trust me. You're going to have your day. Okay? God is a concept that can only be experienced to be proven. I just gave the concept. Don't tell me God don't bless or God don't answer prayer. If he didn't bless you or haven't answered your prayer, it's something you're doing wrong. Simple as that. Moving on. So I'm not entertaining that. Why? I know the God of my understanding, where I get my blessings from. I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't got to prove that to nobody. You ain't got to prove me about your God either. I could care less about your God. Moving on. I know there's only one. So whatever you think, believe your God is, it's the same one. But you have to experience him to know what? Him for yourself. Why? I hear a lot of believers in God, and they say, I believe in God, I believe in God. They're not serving God. My question, my concept, if you believe in him, why aren't you serving him? Those who know him are the ones who serve him. Y'all call them the chosen ones. No, you choose to serve God. God don't give a damn what you do. But if you choose him, he'll reward you. That's the name of the game. If you choose that other guy, he won't reward you. And if you make that decision, just learn the consequences. Be prepared for consequences. That's all. I'd rather brace myself for blessings. I get them every day. I love it. And again, just believing in God. Talking that, speculative God believers, y'all talk a good one. That's good for your friends and family and the people you associate with. But God don't give a damn about what you say. I'm with God on that one. Show me. And when you do that, God will what? Reward, aka bless you. So it ain't what you say, it's what you do. What? That's how God do. And for those who are righteous and virtuous, they get the reward for doing that. Why do you think they do it? Same reason people do what they do to get their money. When they get money, they're going to keep doing it. Until what? They get caught. And now they got to get the devil his cut. That's the consequences of your devilish actions. God rewards and blesses for good deeds. He sent karma to give you what you deserve. And the devil never pays off. Moving on. He keep you chasing that proverbial carrot of what? Pleasures and riches and dream. That dream. He keeps selling your dream. Moving on. And never deliver. Why? Because it's just an illusion. Yeah, that's what it is. A dream. What comes from a dream? No, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. If you're ignorant enough to trust your ego self, you are asleep. That's the idea of waking up. Waking up to what? Your higher self. I can make it work any way you want it. Believing and understanding God. Okay. Believing in God. I believed in God, what? All my life. Whoa. Sorry about that. So if you're blessed, you only can be blessed by who? Okay, again, you should no longer believe in him. If he bless you, your belief should say bye-bye. Why? Now you got knowledge. You should know. So your choice again. You want to continue to get the blessings by doing the things that get you blessed, or you want to do the things that get you monetary things and all that good stuff. That's your choice, and that's what my God says. Two roads you can take. My yacht or yours, your choice. I tell you, God or yourself, same thing. Moving on. Pastor said, same thing. It's all your choice. And I believed in God. Back then, I believed in him, okay, in my early life. But I didn't get to know him until what? I had my own interaction with him. Okay? So, believing in God, yeah. But when you had to experience him, now that belief should turn into what? Knowing. That's what makes you a true follower of God. Those who know him, they follow him in earnest. They do what they need to do. Those are people that y'all laugh at. Look at he's trying to, they blessed out with God. Okay, everybody think we crazy. I say we. And I ask the question, why do the people who serve God get treated the best, the worst? Why we treat them so bad? That's the question I gotta ask my so-called religious people. Y'all claim to be religious, but the people who serve God in earnest, y'all got a problem with them. Hell, I'm getting hate. Why are you hating on me? I ain't did a damn thing. But I get hate, so I understand. Trust me, you're gonna get hate from anywhere you go. Anything you're doing that's good, you're gonna have haters. So keep doing what you're doing. But they hate that. Kill them with kindness. Okay, but I believed in God up until I had my misfortune and had to deal with that nonsense. And until I started living right. And guess what happened? God came to me. When I listened, in my meditative state of mind, I had God talking to me. I'm freaking out. I freaked out, okay, to a degree. Because I'm like, wow, okay. If you had that experience, I say, if you had your own God experience and you still not doing it, oh, that's on you. Moving on. And when God speaks to you, you should listen. That's your advisor. Back again. And I actually personally had my own conversation with God. I remember I told my brother that about 10 years ago. He said, man, you can tell people that? If I profess to be a truth teller, I can only tell you what I can't. I'm not Pinocchio. I can't lie. Well, my nose will grow. So I got to tell you the truth. And no matter how far-fetched it sounds, I don't give a damn. Again, I had my conversation with God over 10 years ago now. So I ain't beef for that no more. I'm working now. I'm on my grind for God. Oh, here you go. Yeah. Every day. No, not once a week. Not twice a week. Not every day. No, every day. That's grinding. Moving on. And I have a complete understanding of the God that I serve, that I worship. When I go to church, we all worshiping the same God. I know that. When I go to the mosque, we still worshiping the same God. I know that. When I go to my Jew God, same God. I'm not beef for God. Okay, understand that. I just do what I do for him. What you do for him, that's your choice. And that's what makes you chosen. There is, again, only one God. And he's called by myriad names. I just broke it down for you. That don't change the fact that who he is and what he is. God. The names don't change who he is. Moving on. But how you serve and worship him is the difference between me and you. If you do good deeds, selfless service, doing what you're supposed to do, taking care of responsibilities in your life, and you live right, you will receive a blessing. Trust me. Trust me. I ain't a preacher. I ain't trying to share you on nothing except how a principle, if you follow, that's the results of the principle of my app. Certain things you do, certain things that happen, cause and effect. And again, God is again mental because he's here. But physical, you have to put the work in and communicate with him on a whole nother level of what? Giving. Before you can receive, you got to give a little. Okay? Don't take, just give a little and see what happens. Be a giver to God. But offer up all your service, be honest and forthright, and see what happens. When I realized for myself, myself, I saw what? God saw the good work that I was doing, and he saw enough to let me know he was proud of the work I was doing. That guy, my mother, love him. But getting applaud from God supersedes all that. And I would live to what? Make my parents proud. And my mom is proud, so in the same token, if God is proud of me, I know she's proud. So that's how it goes. And if you can get God's attention, to anybody else really matter? I'm glad that we on that level, but I couldn't care less. One name for another. Why? I got moving on. Again, my desires now is of God and doing what? The right thing. When? Daily. You can't sometimes, God. The sun don't sometimes shine. It's there every day. You can depend on it. I want to be just that reliable and dependable for those who need me or want to deal with me. Understand that. Moving on. I turned my life over to serve God. That don't make me no damn missionary or running around here hooping out about God, trying to convert everybody to Christ or that. No, I don't do none of that. I teach a philosophy that you can practice for yourself. That's what I do. And I do it daily. For what? For the rest. I will be doing this. I got control. I'll be doing this till lights go out. I can't say it because my light might go out again, but meaning when my life is over, then I'll stop. Until then, I got a lifelong job. Moving on. Egyptian yoga. Okay, the Egyptians had their own God advisor, and they taught you how to get it. We call him Tahuti, thoughts, Hermes Trismegistus. He was God's mind. He was the right thinker, the original right thinker, and that is your own Egyptian God advisor. I follow the Egyptian philosophy, so Tahuti is my God advisor, but my goddess advisor is Maya. That's the philosophy I practice. I got the bird brain, highest level. Quick lesson. You got 3 levels of brain, 3 levels of consciousness. You got the reptilian brain, low life, ego, self. I bite you in the butt. Second with the monkey brain. I can do what you do. I'm a mimic too. We are mimicking our oppressors, doing the same perverted nonsense. Moving on, just to use an example. Ain't no time for that. But closing out. And the third is the bird brain. We got the God's mind is by Ibis head bird, right? Ra and Horus and Osar all wear what? The falcon head, the bird brain. Why? They got the highest level of consciousness. I just came up, I mastered, it makes sense now. I always call my mother a strange bird. Now, with all due respect. Why? Because she reached a level. She told me, baby, you ain't the first one to find God. So all that hoop and holler, relax, calm down. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, she know. But she know God too. All right, moving on. But every culture has their yoga, their own God advisor. Master of whoever they live by, the God of that, they give them advice. The God they follow. But Christians is Christ. He's the archetype. Be like him. Yeah, be like him. Become one with the Father. Do the things he did. He even said you could do great. See, that's telling you, laying the blueprint out for you. Follow it. That's a 2,000-year blueprint. I got a 10,000-year one that works fine for me. My son, who I gave him my stuff early, he said, Dad, the right thinking, U.20 is cool, but I got the original stuff. It's working fine for me. I love that. Okay. So, again, in closing, I'm what you can call a God, yoga pleaser. I take their advice when daily. I communicate with God every day and have been for the last over 15 years. So I'm not beat for whatever somebody think and feel about my philosophy or my concept or how I live. That's the main thing. I give it to those who want it, and I'm good with that. Moving on, wrapping it up. Again, I always appreciate you tuning in for those who do. My desires to be what? My desires used to be, I'm going to say that ain't right, for money and pleasures. I sold drugs and, did all that for that. God wasn't in the mix. My ego was in control. God nowhere around until I got locked up. Okay, but now I desire to please who? My yoga, my own goddess advisor, which is what? Maya. So I do what I need to do for her and be pleasing in her sight. For the judgment day, I want my heart to be light as her feather. That's the lesson. That's my point. Hope I got a question to you. Hope you understood it. I got to go. But in closing, right thinkers, me, y'all, it'll be 100. Me 100 minus that day. So I never know my right thinkers who starting to get to understand their Yoda in themselves. Yoga, your own God or goddess advisor. Know thyself and you'll find them too. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out.